Iyatope's salon stood at the corner of a bustling street in the heart of town, a modest building adorned with vibrant posters of women flaunting flawless braids and weaves. The scent of hair products and the soft hum of chit-chat filled the air, making her salon a popular gathering spot for women. Inside, there was always a queue of customers, all eager to have their hair touched by the hands of Iyatope, the most sought-after hairstylist in the entire state. For years, her hands had worked wonders on all kinds of hair, kinky, curly, thick or thin, it didn't really matter. As soon as her fingers touched a head, the magic began. Her fingers moved with the precision of a sculptor, twisting, parting, and shaping hair into intricate patterns that seemed to defy the limits of what could be done. Her reputation spread like wildfire. Women came from all corners of the city, even from neighboring towns, to sit in her chair, and no one ever felt dissatisfied. Her work was that of an art, bringing beauty out of even the most unruly strands. It wasn't just hairstyling, it was transformation, the kind that left people looking in the mirror with awe, barely recognizing themselves. But Iyatope's success didn't come purely from her skill. Hidden from her loyal customers, there was a dark secret woven into the foundation of her flooring business. Every time she combed through someone's hair, detangling and smoothing, she would quietly collect the shared strands. With a deft practice motion, she would sweep them aside without her client noticing, carefully tucking them away. At the end of each day, when her shop was finally quiet and the last client had left, she would sweep the floor meticulously. The stray hairs that had fallen during the day's work, each strand were precious to her. To the client, it was a waste, mere leftovers from a day's grooming. But to Iyatope, this hair was invaluable. Once home, she followed a ritual, one she had been taught many years ago by a mysterious herbalist. The herbalist had shown her a way to channel the energy of the hair she collected into something far greater. Each night, she would take the collected strands and place them into a pot of water. This wasn't ordinary water, it had been prepared with a secret blend of herbs and magic, a recipe passed down for generations. As the hair boiled, the steam rising from the pot filled her small kitchen with an eerie scent, one that lingered long after the water had even cooled down. This wasn't just about the hair itself, it was a spiritual process, one that infused her entire being. After boiling the hair, Iyatope would use the water to cook her food. The herbalist had been very clear. The power was in consuming the magic laden water. Each bite of her evening meal would make her stronger, not in body, but in spirit. The ritual was very key to her success. The more she performed it, the more her clients would return, bringing others along with them. It wasn't just that they liked her work, they felt drawn to her, as if something intangible was pulling them in. Her hands, now energized by the spiritual force of the ritual, seemed to move with even more grace and speed, creating styles that were more stunning with every passing week. And with every satisfied client, her reputation continued to grow. But Iyatope knew it. It wasn't just skill, it was the dark magic working behind the scenes, fueling her rise to the top. At first, Iyatope had been hesitant. It was disgusting boiling someone's shed hair and then using the same water to cook her food. But when she saw how the business began to grow, how women from far and wide came to her shop, willing to wait hours just to have her touch their hair, she became addicted to the ritual. She performed it religiously every night, never skipping a single day. Her success became the envy of every other stylist in town. But what they didn't know wouldn't hurt them. She often told herself, the years went by and Iyatope's business continued to boom. Her name became a household legend, with mothers bringing their daughters to her, young women flocking to her shop before big events, and even older women seeking her touch to relive their youthful glory. Everything seemed perfect until one fateful day, Bisola, a regular customer, walked into Iyatope's shop. She was a beautiful woman in her early 30s with thick natural hair that cascaded down her back. She smiled warmly at Iyatope as she took her seat in the chair. Iyatope, I need your magic today, Bisola said with a playful grin. I'm going to a wedding, and I need to be the center of attention. Iyatope chuckled. You know I always deliver. By the time I'm done, they will be asking if you are the bride. They laughed together as Iyatope began her work, her fingers moving swiftly through Bisola's hair. She braided with precision, pulling the strands tight and locking them in perfect rows. Bisola relaxed into the chair, trusting Iyatope completely. When they were finished, Bisola looked into the mirror and gasped, Iyatope, you've done it again. She turned her head from side to side, admiring her hair. It's beautiful. Iyatope smiled and stepped back, pleased with her work. But as Bisola stood up, something unexpected happened. Bisola began to pick up the small hairs that had fallen to the floor during the styling. Iyatope's heart skipped a bit. Ah, Bisola, no need to worry about that, Iyatope said, trying to sound calm. I'll sweep it for you. Bisola shook her head. No, yeah. I've read somewhere that it's bad luck to leave your hair behind. I always like to keep it, just in case. No, 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 no. Iyatope said, her voice rising with a hint of panic. She reached out to stop Bisola, but Bisola had already begun collecting the hairs from the floor. Bisola turned to her with a frown. Iyatope, what's wrong? It's just my hair. I'll take care of it. Iyatope's hands trembled. Please, Bisola, leave it. You must leave it. But Bisola was undeterred. She gathered the strands from the floor, even reaching for the one still stuck in the comb Iyatope had used. She placed the hair into her bag, oblivious to the growing fear in Iyatope's eyes. Iyatope could barely contain her terror. She tried to speak, but the words wouldn't come out. She watched helplessly as Bisola gathered all the hair and walked out of the shop with a casual wave. Thank you, Iyatope. I'll see you again soon. As soon as Bisola left, Iyatope collapsed into her chair, her body shaking. She frantically grabbed her phone and dialed her herbalist number. Hello, came the voice on the other end. Baba, Baba, something terrible has happened. Iyatope cried into the phone. A customer took her hair. She took it. Baba, what do I do? There was a pause on the line, and Iyatope could hear her herbalist deep sigh. I warned you, didn't I? He said in a grave tone. I told you no customer must take their hair from your shop. I know, Iyatope sobbed. But is there nothing we can do? Please, Baba, help me. But the herbalist's voice was cold. There is no remedy, Iyatope. The consequences will come, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. The call ended abruptly, leaving Iyatope in stunned silence. She stared at her phone, tears streaming down her face. She had played with forces beyond her control, and now the time had come to pay the price. That night, as Iyatope lay in bed, she began to feel a strange sensation in her hands. It started as a dull ache, but soon her fingers began to swell, growing larger and larger until they were unrecognizable. She screamed in terror, clutching her hands as the swelling worsened. She rushed to the hospital the next morning, but the doctors were baffled. They ran test after test, but no one could explain what was happening to her. Weeks went by, and the swelling only grew worse. Her hands became useless, swollen to the point where she could no longer hold a comb, let alone even style a hair. Then the maggots came. They crawled out from beneath her skin as they ate away all her flesh. The sight of them sent Iyatope into hysterics, but no amount of screaming or crying could stop the horror that was unfolding. Months passed, and Iyatope's condition deteriorated. Her once glorious hands, the hands that had brought her so much success, were now a source of endless pain and suffering. She could no longer bear the agony, and eventually her body gave up. Iyatope died alone, her once booming salon now abandoned. The women who had once flocked to her for her magic had long since forgotten her name, and the story of the hairstylist who had played with dark forces became nothing more than a cautionary tale whispered